All right, Monday, November 3rd. I want to talk about what I saw this morning, how I capitalized in my sniper model. Again, I am a scalper. I'm looking for very quick movements, 20, 30 points sometimes, and we are in and out, right? I'm not looking to hold on, trying to sit through chop. I'm not trying to do any of that stuff. Quick liquidity runs on my time level, and that's what I look for, right? So we see right here, we're coming up into the New York Open, into the high that was set between the New York pre-market and the New York Open. So we set a high inside of a high time frame point of interest. As we come into that point of interest, we show a displacement through, trying to trap traders in to make them think that we're going to continue higher on a Monday. And what do? We go one sweep, two sweep, three sweep, four sweeps with a failure to close above. We had one close above here, but it wasn't convincing, right? The wick is more than half size of the body. I'm watching price action. I'm very particular on candles, which is why I'm a scalper. Early entry would have been the very first break of this candle. I didn't want to take that, but we did get a displacement candle to the downside, so I took the break of that candle. Again, it was a little bit of a late entry, late fill. That's okay. Anticipating that we're going to run to my very first target, which was this 1 minute liquidity. My second target was this higher time frame open. Excuse me, this higher time frame um, level, which is actually the 8:30 open. Wanted to draw back to that. And what do? We came down, we broke that level. On the next minute candle, I trailed it by a tick, which was ridiculous. But I got tagged out for most of my position. About 90% of my position got tagged out on that tick. It's a little frustrating, but it is what it is. Let the next run, which now I got tagged out as we started to retrace and reverse above that open. Decided I was going to re-enter and continue down to this next 5 minute area of liquidity, and then try to see if we can come down to a consolidation zone, which is also lined up with the midnight open. So what did I do? I waited for the 15 minute to close. Once the 15-minute closed and then broke, I took it. What didn't was wasn't quick enough on my trigger to get the trail. I was managing two different accounts at the time, so my trail was a little bit late. I still got 30 points on this trade. Um, However, I did miss out on probably about what, between when I got out and where I probably would have trailed, about 15 points. So could have had 45 points. That's okay. It is what it is. My goal is usually 60 points a day. And so since I got about 20 here, plus another 15 or 20 here, I got 30 here. I wanted to try to see if I can get a couple more points to get a runner. So I took a small position right here as we went to go break again down towards the downside. You've seen a little bit of a tap, hanging out, chilling, gave me a displacement, put my stop above the the target, hoping that we would run, got tagged out, and it's okay. And I said, you know what, I'm done for the morning. That took me 34 minutes. So from my first trade, which was at 36, to my exit, which was at 10:04. So 9:36 to 10:04, right under 30 minutes, I hit my target for the day in both of my accounts. Came back after lunch, wanted to see what price was doing. Figured that it's going to come to get a nice little trail down. So I took one entry on a small contract right here, and we started to get it, and I wanted to kind of play around in this little zone right here. And so I just said, you know what, I'm not going to risk it. Just cut my trade, cut the losses. Got a good movement on a 15-second. So where I was compared to here, you know, where they got about 30 ticks or so, and that's okay. So we'll probably flip this and then push back down to the London Open again. But that's what I look for. Remember, it's all about patience, precision. That's what leads to prosperity, being able to move forward in your journey, controlling your emotions, not the market. When you control your emotions and your responses to them, you are much more likely to be profitable inside the market consistently. Find what works for you. What works for me is a scalping mode. So again, if I get 20 to 30 points, I'm good. If I get 10 points on larger size, I'm good. You have to look at what you can do to pay your bills. 60 points a day on two funded accounts is going to be well into the six figures, even if you're only winning 50 to 60% of your days, right? You can take losses. You can walk away from the computer with a red day and still be able to be profitable at the end of the year. We got to think in decades and not in days, right? So hope that helps. I'll highlight y'all the next time we come and check out my sniper model when it presents itself, and then we'll go from there. So until then, be safe in those markets.